Hi, I'm Elaine Harding. Welcome to my blog and to my YouTube channel at stampwithelaine.com. Today we're going to be looking at the Painted Wishes kit. This kit is a card only kit, so there's no stamping to be done. It has the elements to make 9 cards, 3 of each design. The first one is in Petal Pink, and these are the labels that you need. It's in 4 languages, in German, Dutch, French and English, and these are the card fronts. Then there's this one in Pretty Peacock and the matte layers, the card front and the sentiments. And then the last one is this pattern here, and it's just got a circular label. Included in this set is a roll of double-sided tape and some gold trim. There's also some dimensionals and some sequins. The instructions are easy to follow. On the back it will show you all the materials in the set. There is a ruler on one side of the instruction sheet, both in imperial inches and also in metric. This is so you can measure the ribbon or the cord, and the instruction is all in pictures so that it can go across any language. These lines here means that you use the double-sided tape. Little hexagonals are for the dimensions, and then this cord here, it will show you a pair of scissors and the length of the cord you need for that particular card. We need 14 inches of this cord. This is the 0, and measure 7. And cut. And remember, there are 3 cards which need 14 inches, so I'm going to use that first one I cut to measure 2 more. So the instruction says to put 3 strips of double-sided tape on the green side of the card. Remove the double-sided tape, backing paper, and place this on top, leaving a small border on both sides. Next step is to flip it over and put dimensionals on all 4 corners and 1 in the middle, like so. Remove the backing tape, pop it onto the card. Take the thank you label and use the cord, tie a bow, put a dimensional on either end, remove the tape and stick that on top. Then pop this over like so, and then stick it onto the card in between this gap here, and that's your first card completed. Now for the second card, the Petal Pink one, you need the card base, this design and a label. And then this one you measure 16 inches. So bring back the ruler, and you want to measure 8 inches and another 8 inches. Then measure 2 more. This is in portrait, so you flip the card over so that the pretty peacock leaf is on the bottom right. Flip it over and then use the tear and tape and put 3 strips at the top, middle and bottom. Remove the backing tape. Adhere that to the front of the card, leaving an even border all round. On the back of this, dimensionals on the 4 corners here. And I've actually folded the cord in half so that it's equidistant. And then I'm going to loop it round the dimensional like so. Take the double-sided tape off, wind it round this dimensional here and that one in a figure of 8 like so. Remove the backing tape and then flipping that over and putting it in the center here like so. And that's the second card done. And then you need 5 sequins, 2 large and 3 small. Now for the third design, you need one of these, the round label, wishing you the happiest birthday, and a bit of cord. How much cord do you need? 14 inches. So we need the round label and we need 3 dimensionals on the back and a length of cord that is 14 inches and some sequins. So again, we want to do a figure of 8, and I'm just going to put a tiny bit of double-sided tape on here so that it's easier to anchor the cord, because the cord is really quite springy. So you want that going round in a figure of 8. Again, you want 5 sequins. So there are the 3 designs from the kit, which is really easy to assemble. But I'd like to show you how you can use one of these cards to actually make 2 card fronts for a note card. And from the envelope, since you're cutting that into 2, you've got a spare envelope, and you can use that envelope to make another card front. So by adding the note cards, let's take 3 note cards out. 1, 2, 3. Add a stamp set with layering leaves and the punch. And we'll need Pretty Peacock ink and the Stylish Shapes dies. So take this card and cut it in half where the score line is. You can use this piece to stamp your sentiments and things on. This card measures 5.5 across by 4.25, so you want to cut it this way at 2 3/4. and that will make 2 card fronts for your note cards. So these are 3 note cards. Now, if you want a matte layer, you can then cut up your envelope. You can cut the flap off. I'm just going to cut this bit off so that will open it up. And just a sliver on either side so that it will open this up. Okay, I'm just going to tear this bit off the envelope so that there is a straight edge. And that's 2 3/4. So you want this at 2 7/8. That's 4 1/4. Yeah, I'll just cut it here. And that will make a matte layer for this. You can bring the bow punch in. And punch some leaves. And you can get an extra leaf if you put your punch this way. Oops, I forgot to record. I've glued that to the card front, leaving an even border all round. I'm just going to straighten the envelope flap. And I'm just going to trim the envelope flap to 4 3/4 in length. I can use it as a panel and put that against it like so. I'll glue that to the note card first. Then I'll glue this on like so. Now I'm going to stamp hello on this and die cut it with the tag die. Then I'll stamp for you and die cut it with the little circle die. And I'll go and die cut that off camera. And put some glue dots on the leaf and stick it here. Put dimensionals on the back of the tab like so. Just going to snip some of that off because it's too long. Put another glue dot on and insert that underneath here and insert it. So I'll use a bit of the cord meant for this card and attach it with a glue dot. I think there's supposed to be 5 sequins. I'll just put the single one here on the label, and for this one pop that on dimensionals, and I can use the smaller flowers. And use the rest of the cord for this one here. and I'll just use one sequin for this card. So that's 2. So now this is the other side of the envelope, and I'm going to cut that at 2 3/4. Envelope 1, I'm going to emboss it with the Time Worn Type 3D embossing folder. On a small piece like this, you need a small patterned embossing folder. I've used the Time Worn Type 3D embossing folder, and I'm just going to use some Pretty Peacock. Just add a bit of definition to the edges of the envelope. Adhere that to the note card. And with the leftover bit of envelope, you can stamp Versamark ink and stamp on the bottom. Embossing powder. And heat emboss this. This is from Country Bouquet, so I'm just going to trim that down because it's a bit wide. I'm just going to angle that a little bit. Put dimensionals on the back, like so. And then trim off the excess. I forgot to record, and then I use the rest of the sequins on here. So here are the originals from the kit. Here are my alternatives from using this card base here. I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial and the alternatives I've made with note cards from just one card, front and envelope. Join me again next time for more inspiration, and do give me a thumbs up if you liked it. I'd appreciate it ever so much. Thanks for watching. Bye.